although we are so conditioned to think about money, negatively, that it's a source of all evil and all this, you can solve most of your life problems with money. Huge money, of course, can be life altering, but even not big money can be truly life changing. If you had just extra couple of $1,000 every month coming in, how your life would change, right?
That's exactly
So,
what happened.
good numbers to figure out, actually. Absolute minimum, you need to know exact numbers. You need to go through your bills, how much your life costs, what you need for your survival. It's necessary to know this number. And then, what is the number for you to live comfortably, to have a good life? And what is the number which will turn your life into fairy tale? Now you know the span of those numbers. You go in meditation and you pay attention, just like we did with Sylvie. Okay, I have this money coming in. What's happening now? What will I do then? Then you add a little more and pay attention to the body. When you start feeling discomfort or those thoughts, now I have to give it away. Now I'm obligated to support my sister or whatever. Well, now I have to donate my money. Now I feel that I owe something. So pay attention to those moments and work through. What does it tell you? Is there some trauma, some fear attached? Because it might be very much the block that holds you back.
That's what I had happen in this session. I had already kind of worked through that feeling of, oh, if I make more, then life will cost more. Um, and I actually did what you did or suggested. Like I wrote down all my bills and realized that I actually had been walking around thinking I was working with X amount of money, but my bills had gone up. So I was actually negative. And then you go into, like, no wonder I'm putting stuff on the credit card. And then I have a coach that I work with, and she said, just focus on one like revenue stream for right now. And I did that, I used my products. Then I was able to basically create like more than a quarter of my monthly income in, basically like, I think it was 8 hours of my life or something, that was inspirational. And then now I'm making more, I'm comfortable. So in the session today, the healing session, you had said that and how much more. And then so now I added more to it. And then I had that come back up. Oh, well then, people are going to want more from me. Then I'm going to have to help with more. So it was a good reminder, yeah, that I have to go back in again.
Generally, in business, things change so fast. You have to be really quick on your feet and be always adaptable and paying attention to what's happening to numbers. You may have 25 different things going on. It can happen that every season different things will bring more money. You have to be willing to abandon the things that don't bring anything for the moment and double down on the things that do bring money. It changes all the time. So it's like flowing river.
And to make sure that we don't focus on the things that aren't making us money and assume that it's us. Because when we assume it's us and then we start saying, oh, we're not this and we're not that, when in fact it might just be the way the world is going, So now we got to shift that focus and shift that. Yeah, it makes sense. You keep your river flowing.
Yeah, and then we think always there is something better. Somebody knows something better. What is it called? Shiny object syndrome, chasing something new. We don't put enough value on what is already happening, what we already know, what already brings us money. If you put enough effort into what is already happening, it's easier to grow this income. It's easier to grow something that you have than start something completely new that you have no idea whether it's going to bring you anything or not.
When and back to kind of what I was saying, because I've been in my head about the business. Something picks up, it goes back and forth, and when my coach had said that, I'm going, well, there is this like market coming up. I could do that. I have, and I realized I was able to start with what I was already sitting on. I made a little bit of an investment, to get more, and I went from I've been selling that stuff like since like 17 or no, like 18, 19 selling it. A little bit here and there, repeat people that buy. But in basically 2 weekends, I made over $1,200 on my products. And I was able to get leads for sessions and things without like that pressure on me. So I used again something that I already had, something that I was already confident in that did not take a lot of work. It was a tiny investment. I think cost $20 each weekend for the booth. And I was able to use that to kind of also help. But once I really got focused on that and put, like you said, my time and energy into that, all I worried about was getting ready for, the market that I could take that to. And again, how quickly it panned out for me versus the sitting around, I'm not ready. I have to read one more book. I have to watch one more. I need one more class. So that's why I wanted to just kind of add that, like to give people an example of there may be something right now that's not necessarily the hypnotherapy, but that you can use to maybe meet new people or just to get yourself back out there and confident in talking to people that can help you build that other part of that business.
Well, even when you sell, that's your chance to tell about yourself. You can always include something. Here's my channel with free meditations. YouTube. I will have a gift for you. Meditation, whatever.
I was gonna say it's like I'm also conscious of where I've in some ways put these blocks of I'm not ready, so I'm not attracting people, or I'm not feeling good, so I don't want to even attract clients. So it's almost like I want to grow my business, but then I'm pushing away these opportunities
That's
to
why
grow
we
my
need this
business.
exercises. Write down all your procedure, so your brain knows what is the next step. If it doesn't know the next step, of course I don't know what to do with the clients. I'm going to avoid that.
But I feel like when you are open and again you're I guess confident in it and not overthinking, I feel like the universe will actually bring it to you, bring you those opportunities.
You
It's
will
not
become aware
as
of, not be
hard.
blind, not be blind.
Yeah, but it doesn't feel so hard. It's almost, I guess, like a flow, like you're in the flow, and then you
You're
can
not
take that and
chasing.
grow. Yeah, and then you
You're not
can grow
chasing it.
from that. Yeah.
Okay, I want to
Because
use your Melanie example. Just give examples on how to scale, how to grow something that you already have. So you have candles and crystal sets, right?
Mhm.
This is physical product. Unless you put in more investment in, you're not going to make more money, right? So how can you increase this product but without putting too much money in? Now you can add to this exact set digital product. It comes with this. You buy this set, and I have created workshop with this. Or I have a meditation with this, or a breath work class.
And that's actually perfect for me because I haven't done it, but I want to get my products online because it's no longer beneficial for me to invest my time at that event. Like it worked for that time, but now it would be, it's time wise and money, it just wasn't worth it. But like you said, so I make intention candles, protection candles. I could put an audio, meditation to go with that for them. Like, let's say again, they're doing some intention ritual or something. I could give them a meditation for that or something, even with the beginner crystal kits or something, maybe work like put it in there. I don't know. Again, I'm just
On
speaking as you're
Etsy,
talking.
it's a huge market for that. And then people love choices. You can buy just a candle, you can buy a set with 3 meditations, or you can buy it like a mini course. I'll teach you this workshop, this and this. And also you can do, you see, you can already create listings without making anything yet. Well, meditations you'll create. If you want to do video workshops, you can record it. But what if you order individual private sessions? As I said, now you can buy this, okay, for example, protection or prosperity mindset or whatever. Now you're going to order 5 candles, crystals, and here as an option 3 sessions. They'll have to pay for plus.
Yeah, and I don't think most people that are selling crystal candles are also including meditations or hypnotherapy sessions in there either.
Here
Not like
all
the common
together.
thing.
Here
Yeah.
all together.
Something I did find funny is, again, I'm 2 hours from what we refer to as the Bay Area, and I had given my brother for candles for Christmas too. So he went to gift it to some lady that had that a store. They talked about crystals, and another gal happened to be in there, and she's like, "I met your sister like a couple hours away at this like farmer's market. I bought her candles. I loved her candles." And again, I'm nobody, and I don't even have it online. But had I had it online, someone could have gone there. But I just thought that was interesting how, again, the universe aligned and worked things out that this random person happened to be there when my brother's telling someone else about my candles, they should buy them. And then that person could comment that, yeah, I bought them and I loved them and I met her. And so, again, just the universe working stuff out for us. But having something
You
to
see
give
now,
people.
you can also market it from another angle. You making candles anyway. You buying the ingredients anyway, jars, box, all this. You buying it anyway. Now you can, as you creating your own merchandise, you can record it and sell it as a workshop. And because you bind your ingredients in bulk, you can package it as a set.
Oh, that's smart. Like make their own kit. Yeah, it's funny because I've actually shared that with 2 other people. And then I tell myself I'm going to record, and then I go in my zone and I'm like, oh, shit, I didn't record that. So, but that is a good idea.
You just put a cell phone on top over your table area and sit.
So that's when you call in your businesswoman, say, what do I need to do? I need to put that.
And then
Well, it'd be like,
Karen quickly will calculate the numbers.
And then we'll let the gate open and you can begin the healing process. I love this. I've got a million ideas running through my head now. It's fabulous.
Well, you have idea for you too.
no. You are narrowing down your ideas. You're not adding ideas. That was your homework yesterday.
Finances, Sylvie, you're an expert. You're an expert already.
Mhm.
Money mindset and financial coaching.
Well,
You know how many people need it? We're not educated on it at all in schools.
Yeah.
right.
Not even just the basics.
People cannot even budget.
Oh, I could do that.
Make so much money and they always broke somehow.
Teach them how to budget. I used to do that all the time as for the banks. I did that. I sat with my clients and I pulled people out of bankruptcy.
Well, we talked about
you
you wanted to empower people yesterday. That was one of the things that you wanted to help support people with in your business. What better way to empower people than to get
and
control of their
plus
finances and
hypnotize them
understand it?
into doing
Yes!
actually doing it and feeling good about it.
Yeah, nicely, and not convincing them that they need to do this because I need to pay my wage, but because I care about you.
So
See how
Sylvie was a
easy
great
you
mirror
can
for me.
build? You can build whole program now. Make few prompts first. Analyze your situation and your belief system around it. Then budgeting templates. And then record few hypnosis sessions. And you can do workshop. Teach them, explain, and inspire. It's it.
When you
Course,
mentioned
whole
being,
course.
being nervous, about the community and how to show up and certain things, that's a great little way right there.
I was already in my community for 30 years as a financial advisor and well known and very highly respected for that. So that's why I was like, how can I incorporate hypnosis now when I was at a different, it's totally different ball game, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah. But I was saying yesterday, Sylvie, we were talking about the stuff she wanted to do, and I like laughed and I said, you are like literally me. That's exactly what I did. I can do readings, I can do tarot, I'm into this, I'm into that. How do I make it one thing? And so we were talking about how to separate it. So this, I think, is another good tool for you.
I've got 10 pages of notes already.
Yeah. But yeah, but it was also like, again, a good reminder of where I'm at now and that I have found ways to narrow it down and not, like, again, she gave me another idea. I know I can't do that right now with where I'm at with my time, but I can start exploring how that workshop would look or how I would put that together, But like before, I would have gotten off here and like, I've got to figure it out this weekend. And by Monday, I've got to launch it, And like, again, just recognizing what I, like you said, invest my time in and what I need to wait to maybe do later or something, you know.
Well, you know what? This morning I pulled my card and it was Baba Yaga and she was patience. You know what? You don't need to, you're at that starting gate. You don't need to be the first out of the gate. Focus on where you're going, be mindful of what you're doing, and come out.
And go read my reading that I did for you when you're done with this and see what it
Okay.
says for you.
I'm really excited about all of this. It's so, and to be around so many women that are, everybody is empowering in their own way and enlightened in their own way, and everybody provides their own little niche and own little tricks, and it's just magical how we can just collaborate everything and open different portals to different ways of doing things, but we're all on the same page. How can we change the world, and by healing ourselves, and then help heal the world through our own different gifts?
See, I want to heal myself and my financial bank account so that I can enjoy life and feel more at peace and happier, and then I can show up better for other people. So yeah, a year ago I was all about healing people, and now I'm like, I'm about my money and how can I make more money so that I have more financial stability,
But
you know,
remember,
in my life.
I'm a financial advisor, so I'm already,
Yeah, so you know, I
so
have it.
we're just at different aspects of the, I'm not, my mindset for money is already in a good standing. Now it's, how do I present myself? How do I come out? I've been not working for 7 years. So how do I compose myself? How do I, you know, come as the adult and as the businesswoman and as the guardian and
How do
as
you
the
show up being
accountant?
you when you're not being told how you have to be or what role you need to play, or that you know, the bank financial advisor lady today, you don't have to be her anymore. You
Yeah.
get to just be Sylvie that's very smart with finances and has all this
But I'm not going to
experience.
let go of her because she's still Karen. So we're going to keep Karen around. Just Karen's going to be in her place when she's needed. She's coming with bells on. And until then, well, then we're gonna, and I'm not going to lead with the child or the healer. Okay, that makes sense.
You know, financial education, I think there is such a demand, and
There's
almost
not a lot of stuff
there are
to
a lot of it. Even when you go to YouTube, there is a lot of it, but it's all like, become a millionaire.
Right.
It's like another illusion. People
It's
jump
not every
into
day.
it.
Yeah, it's not
or
Yeah,
every
a
day.
lot of it
what
is
is for
investing into big
everyday
things.
regular people
Yeah.
dealing with real life, real bills, real budget, real salaries? A grounded approach, especially that can come from a woman, not from a guy who doesn't even know what bills are, what grocery costs.
Yes. Yeah.
Or again, like you said, just in the practical data, you know, because I know myself and even others, it's like, that sounds great. And I would love to learn more about finances, but I don't even have extra finances to play with. Like, I've got, you know, debt to pay off. I have my daily bills to pay. So even again, how do I, this is what my income is monthly. This is what I know my expenses are. And do
This
I
is what
have
I
anything
did.
extra to put, or can I, you know, like I had even gotten rid of some of my little tiny bills and things like that. I had to make adjustments within my means. But like you said, I think there's a huge market for that, for you to help the everyday average individual person
It's
budget.
funny. It's funny that you mentioned this, because yesterday or the day before, I posted a thing on household debt as a share of gross domestic profit. Canada is at 103%. That's their household debt, 103%. The UK is 80%, US is 73%.
I don't believe
73.
that, but
Well, I'm sure it's higher than that, but
yeah.
Canada is 103% of your income. Most people are total debt. Their check is totally gone by the end of the month. And it just, you know what I mean? It just totally makes sense. This is, what does the world need right now? Okay. Now I'm looking at things at a different angle. Thank
See,
you.
Again,
that's
taking your
your
business for a couple.
podcast, weekly podcast. I mean, money, it's endless topic. And
Yeah.
now you can wrap it in all in hypnosis and present it differently. We're not just working with numbers. Now let's heal your money story. So you're doing a
Walks around
podcast
money.
episode, you share a few things. And here, if you want this, if your weekly budget or a grocery bill needs organizing, I have a template, like $3 of your website, instant download.
You
Right.
can even do like subscriptions where people pay, you know, like even just $1 a month, and you know they can join that, but that starts to add up. You get 200 people or 300, you know, people start sharing it. It's affordable. You
Well,
can
the
give them
accountant Karen is saying it's a hell of a lot more than $1 a month because
I'm just
She
saying, as
already
far as if you,
calculated.
no, but I'm just saying if you wanted to start somewhere, you know, where again you make it affordable for people, you know, that say, oh, I don't have the $49.95 a month, but you know, again, where they have access to replays of your videos.
you have $20 to go to McDonald's. You have $20 to pay for this budget. No.
But no, I like
McDonald's.
my astrologer guy. That's all he charges, and he doesn't have a real job. He does astrology readings on the side, and he makes, you know, some good money from the hundreds of people that pay that monthly subscription just to be able to watch the
I would
replays
say
of
that's a
the
real
astrology
job.
weekly reading.
I would say that's a real job if he's.
I'm just saying, as far as he doesn't have a 9 to 5, has to go somewhere, and that's what he even says. Thank you
Who
guys.
wants that?
You help me continue to be able to run my business. So,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
speaking of, I have to get to my jobs and work. But this has been good and nice, and I will do the homework assignments,
Yeah, that's
questions, prompts.
but it's nice to be able to not have to work 9 to 5 and be able to make your own. That's what I mean by kayaking. Not have to work 9 to 5, Monday to Friday. I've been there, done that. I'm retired. I don't want to do that anymore. However, I'm willing to work on weekends. I'm willing to work.
That's why I work the way I do. Yeah.
So that's too should be questioned on your motivations, reasons for business and money, because sometimes, well, I want to be rich, when in reality, a person doesn't care about money. They just want to be able to live, but on their own term. They are maybe willing to give up certain things, but have this freedom and not having to
Right.
go to work 9 to 5 every day.
I'm that person.
You have to, you have to understand the real you. So you work out a strategy of your business that will work for you, not against you.